all everyone wants to do is play the game. You know, when the teacher tells you have to do drills and stuff, you're just waiting to play the game.
And you have to wait for like your teacher to finish lecturing you about how to play the game, and you just really want to get into it. So by the time you end up starting the game, you're kind of just over it.
Let's have a free kick to the red team here. Well done, everyone.
Dr. Steve Georgakis is a senior lecturer in pedagogy and sports studies at the University of Sydney. Steve has agreed to share with us his modified sport coaching technique called GamePlay.
Red ball from the side.
GamePlay is different from traditional coaching techniques. Instead of firstly concentrating on skill development and rules, with GamePlay, students are immediately engaged in play through the simplified or modified game.
Gameplay allows you to play the game, and you're learning how to actually play the game by modifying the rules a little bit, but you're still getting a basic understanding of the game. Gameplay is something that is so easy and is the best way to teach, and it will only not work if you make it not work.
In a sense, this technique mimics what children do naturally in playgrounds all around the world. They start playing a game first and work out the other details while they are playing the game and, importantly, having fun. With the help of some of his students from the University of Sydney, Steve is teaching the gameplay techniques to sport leaders from Quakers Hill High School in Sydney. Once these students are familiar with the gameplay principles, they in turn guide the younger students from Quakers Hill Public School.
Okay, I'm not just going to swing it off straight away, okay?
They can decide to run for 6 points, okay?
Catch the ball on the full. It's 0 runs, you're out.
Each batter in turn hits the ball from a tee and runs to a cone that they think they have enough time to reach before the ball is returned to the catcher.
Nice.
The further away the cone, the more runs you get. The 4 closer cones on the right will deliver 1 to 4 runs respectively. You'll need to run right over to the other side to get 6 runs, so you must really consider where the fielding team have been placed before you decide which cone you will try for.
Safe on 4. Well done. Another great decision.
If the catcher receives the ball before you reach the cone, you're out.
Out.
It's essential that sport leaders regularly bring teams into a huddle and discuss tactics and variations to the game. This is an important element of the gameplay coaching process, as it leads to greater understanding of the game. Now that the students are on top of this simple game, it's time to challenge them more by introducing a new game that will build on what they have already learnt. The new game will be more complex and will increase skills as well as strategic and tactical awareness. The new game will be more like what we know as cricket.
We're introducing some stumps. Let's have Caitlin there, you're going to be the batter. Let's have Jess Graham, you're going to be soft tossing the ball in. Carolina, you now become the stopper behind the stumps. But this time you don't put your hands up and call out stop. You get control of that ball and you knock those stumps over. Now fielding team, your aim this time is to either catch the person out on the full, let the ball bounce once and catch it, or throw it straight back to Carolina here.
The new version of the cricket game is moving along well now, with all the players coming to their own understanding of how the game is played.
Ah, lovely.
What in fact has happened in a short period of time is that the players have learnt how to play the game by playing the game.
Let's catch them again. Okay, let's jog it in, everyone. Let's jog it in. Batting team, you're now fielding. Let's talk tactics. Fielding team, you're now batting. Let's talk tactics there. Guys, so the idea now is to make sure we don't give them any very simple catches there. Yep, keep it going.
Practically any game can be used to deliver the benefits of gameplay. Polo hockey, a game that is already taught by sport leaders within the New South Wales Premier Sporting Challenge, is a good example. Just like before, Steve gives a quick explanation of the rules and it's on with the game.
Okay, ready, set, let's go.
The rules? Well, there are only 3. A team must pass the ball at least 3 times before an attempted goal can be made. A player must tackle an opponent from the front, not the side or the back.
Tackle from the side, hold it there, blue ball.
Finally, this is a one-on-one game, so only one person can defend an attacker. Timeout for a tactics and strategy meeting should be less than a minute. This also gives the students a rest and recovery period. Sport leaders should ask students some leading questions to encourage the players to talk about how they can improve their own performance.
Now I want to see some goal shooting. And the way that we're going to do that is 5 passes gives you 1 point. A goal gives you 4 points. And let's think about how we're going to win this game. 1st to 11. Okay, let's get in there. That's 2 passes, well done. 3, winning. Another great goal, well done. Let's respond, blue team.
The sport leaders don't waste any time in sharing what they have learnt with students at Quakers Hill Public School.
So there are 3 main rules of polo hockey. The first one is we're going to be doing the 3-touch rule.
So obviously you give them a quick little rundown how to play the game, but other than that, it's mostly them. It's them coming up with how to play and how they want to use their skills. Yeah, that 3-touch rule was really well with involving that because everyone was having a go, and even the people who were more talented or more skilled were palming it off to other people so they could get the point. So they knew that they had to rely on their team as much as them just going solo and going for it.
Orange ball from the D.
Central to the success of gameplay is the modification of not only the game rules, but also the equipment being used in the game.
So the modification of the sticks allow the students to get more involved. The stick's double-sided as well. It's just easier for them with a bigger ball and easier sticks. Just makes it more fun.
Alright, quick team talk. Yellow over there, blue over here.
We got into groups so we could discuss what we were doing wrong and what we could improve on. So the next time we go onto the field, we'll get straight on it.
As Div just said, you guys didn't really tell us what to do. We worked it out ourselves.
And we're gonna make it 2 passes now instead of 3. Alright? Make it easier, more goals, alright? We'll go first goal wins. Alright, ready?
Alright, let's go blue.
Go!
Oh! Okay. Ready? So today we're going to be playing T cricket, which is a modified game of cricket. So pretty much we're going to be teaching you how to play cricket while you're actually playing the game, okay?
In the cricket, so they were hitting off tees, which just, they didn't have to focus on the bowler, where the ball was going to pitch. They were able to look around and see where they wanted to hit it, which enabled them to get an understanding of placement when you were batting. Not everything just had to be a big hit. They learned that if you just tap the ball, you may be able to get runs just as easy as if you were the most powerful player in the game. With gameplay, they're able to learn the game by playing the game. Whether it's little modifications, it's much more easier for them to implement it in the game.
After the new rules are quickly explained, the T cricket game now progresses to a game more like real cricket, with the introduction of a wicket and the ball being bowled underarm.
It's definitely the modified game part of it. You didn't need to know the skills to play the game, so you didn't have to be the world's best cricket player or the best soccer player to be able to play the game. You could enjoy yourself.
With a normal class size, sport leaders will need to organise more than one game at a time. This is not as difficult as it may seem. Once the modified rules have been explained to the students, they are keen to get on and play the game by themselves.
I feel like we were just there to help at the start, but then afterwards, give it 5 minutes, it was them running the game. We no longer had to do anything. I'm sure everyone can do it. The kids are really, really smart, they get involved, they know what they're doing.
The sport leaders can visit the games in turn, instigating tactics meetings and stimulating discussion.
Now we're going to be moving on to 3-touch soccer, and now there are 3 main rules.
So our first rule, guys, is that when we're playing, you are not allowed to tackle the opponent from the sides or the back. So Nick and Mitchell will demonstrate for us. So if they want to demonstrate. Yeah, well done. Okay, so can anyone tell me why Mitchell was not able to get the ball off Nick? Yep.
He was shielding the ball away from.
Yeah, exactly. So Nick put his body in between the ball and the defender, and Mitchell was not allowed to tackle because you can't tackle from the back, okay? So our second rule is that before you can score a point, you have to make 3 passes between your team. If Nick, Caitlin and Mitchell want to show you that. So if you look, Nick passed to Mitchell, Mitchell passed to Caitlin, and Caitlin passes back, and that's 3 touches. Now, their team can score a point. And our final rule is that each player is only allowed to have 3 touches of the ball. So if Nick and Mitchell want to show that. So Mitchell passes to Nick, he has 1, 2, 3 touches and passes it back, and that's all you're allowed to have. So your third touch can be a pass, it can be a shot, or you can stop it on the end zone, okay? And our final rule is to score a point, you must stop the ball on the baseline, which is the end zone, okay? So Nick will show you. If Mitchell passes to Nick, and that's the end zone, Nick stops it on the line, and that's 1 point. So can we get orange and green down on that field, and yellow and orange on that field, and we'll get started, yeah?
Just like with the cricket and polo hockey, the sport leaders give a brief run-through of the modified rules, and it's on with the game.
Good job.
Yeah, well done. Well done, yellow, let's get out wide.
Good job.
Good pass, go, end zone's there. Stop it,
Yeah.
well done.
The balls just go everywhere.
Exactly.
Even the line, since it's like 10, 15 meters long, they find space. So they run into the space where their opponent's not.
Tactical awareness.
Yeah, and that's how they score.
Who are really getting into it because on the line they can just run to the line with the ball and then just put their foot on it, which is a lot more easier than aiming for a goal and like trying to kick into it.
Stop it on the line. Well
Yes.
done, Green.
Having smaller teams is very beneficial for the players, as this maximises the participation of the students. It also helps them to spread out more across the field and not bunch up so much. After considering the field placement, the yellow team batter has gone for a big hit and heads for the 6 run cone. By playing this simple T cricket game, students have learnt the skills of batting, throwing and catching. With the 3-touch soccer game, students have developed the skills of kicking the ball effectively, finding space and working as a team. The students have learnt all these skills while playing the game. These skills and the social experience associated with them will become invaluable as they progress through to other sports in the future. Gameplay is unlike other approaches to teaching physical education and sport. It's important to understand that gameplay is supported by 3 key pillars. Participation. Gameplay maximises movement, which means greater fitness. Tactical discussions take place during rest and recovery periods. Students are fully engaged. Inclusivity. Gameplay is a student-centred approach. Students are involved at every level, physically, cognitively and socially. Education. Gameplay drives intellectual development and learning.
It's all them, they come up with their own understanding. Gameplay is something that is so easy and is the best way to teach, and it will only not work if you make it not work.